Hey guys, if you're tuning in live, we'll have to reintroduce Jay a couple of times, but this is Jay Valentine, one of my good friends. And I brag, I go, Jay Valentine's my artist. I'm like, it's cool, guys, to like have a painter, but it's a different thing to have an artist. Okay. When people go, oh man, I wish we had this or that, I go, don't worry, I got a guy.
Yeah, I mean that's the crazy thing, like especially when it comes into the identity of an artist, right?
Mm,
That's what I always go back to Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci was never his own thing. He went to the Medici family, and the Medicis commissioned him to do these great pieces, and he wanted to do more. So he would convince a king here or a king there, hey, don't you want a giant bronze bull? It would make you look awesome. I really want to build it. You want it done? And the guy will be like, yeah, let's do it. And just drop him a bunch of coin.
I love that.
Yeah. So for me, it's kind of like, you have to find like a symbiote.
Mm.
That's how it is.
So everybody that's on here today, we are going to be doing this new live stream. I'm super excited about it. Jesus, switch it up right on me for a minute. Let me introduce my boy Jay. So we are going to be doing a live stream at least once a month, and we're going to be comparing cryptocurrency against real estate. Now, you guys know I'm a real estate guy. I did invest in crypto this year, but I'm going to tell you something that's going to break your heart.
Okay.
Okay. So I invested into real estate, I invested into crypto earlier this year when you and I were hanging out, like in that mural for my house.
Yes.
I put in about $150,000 into crypto between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. Bitcoin, I bought at like 28
Yes.
grand, and I bought Ethereum at like 1,800 bucks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's what happened. I was like, there was a dip
Yes.
at some point, probably like April, May, June, somewhere in there. There was a dip that I was like, man, I'm too emotional for this. Yeah, it was a major one.
Right.
I'm too emotional, right? I'm too emotional. Whereas like real estate,
Oh,
I can stick in it. I can stick in real estate for a couple of minutes where I don't even worry about it.
right.
And one of my favorite things about real estate is that I get a check every month. Okay.
Sure.
So I want to talk about that in a couple of minutes. So the
Okay.
reason I've got Jay on here, guys, is because not only is he a friend of mine, not only is he my artist, by the way, get yourself an artist in your life, but he's also a crypto enthusiast. And he is probably the most enthusiastic person I've ever talked to about crypto. And what we're going to be doing on my channel and doing some collab stuff with Jay is we're going to be comparing real estate and crypto together or against each other, where every month I'm going to invest 10 grand, 20 grand into real estate. And then I'm going to invest the exact dollar amount into crypto, and we're going to compare it over time. And then Jay and I are going to talk about it as the months unfold. And I'm going to ask Jay really great questions. So that's why Jay is on the show. So welcome, Jay. Thank you for coming and hanging out.
Hey, thank you for
You're,
sure.
you're the man.
For sure.
Bro, I sold all that crypto.
When?
As it was dipping, it kind of made a rebound a little bit. I go, I'm too emotional about this. And I had a buddy of mine that reaches out to me, goes, I need a loan for 150 grand.
Oh no. So this was around the Elon Musk
Yes.
FUD, right?
Yeah. And I go,
All
you know
right.
what? I know it's going to go up. I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in Ethereum. I believe in all of it. I just was too emotional. And like with the TV show going on.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I remember that moment because I told you, hey, at 55, just sell it. And you said, no, I'm gonna hold it till it goes down.
You remember that? Yeah.
And
I'm
remember. Like, ooh.
I sold it
All
at
right.
I sold it at like 42 or something.
Well, that's good. That's good. And a lot of guys, and I didn't think it was going to keep going up to 65 before it dipped, right?
Right.
And now and it's only now that it got back to that point. And yeah, it's crazy, dude. But it's all right. You're gonna buy.
It's all right. We're gonna have some fun with this. So over the next year, at least, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna track every month. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a fix and flip that I do. Right. I go buy a house that's distressed. I renovate it. I put it on the market, and I make profit from fixing and flipping that property. Every month, I'm gonna take my profits from my fix and flip business, and I'm gonna divide it in half. Okay. I'm gonna do half is gonna get reinvested into real estate. Okay. Probably creative finance, like Subto, seller finance, stuff like that. And then the other half, I'm going to go to my buddy Jay and other people that are into crypto and go, where should I put my money? And I think what we should be doing, Jay, your idea yesterday was like, we should ask the audience where you should put some of that money.
For sure.
right? Like, let's get the people in the comments. Where should we put that money? So let me ask you the first question of the day.
Okay.
Somebody that's brand new, doesn't know anything. Like, you call me and you start talking to me about crypto land and all sorts of craziness.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it took me a while to like
It's
even
just-
understand the words you were saying. And I had to watch YouTube videos to even know what the hell you were talking about.
Yeah.
If I'm just brand new and let's say I have $500, is Bitcoin specifically the best place to put my money?
Now, every time, so on my social, and I'm with my community, because now it's really dubbed as a community, it's really about what kind of investing are you trying to do? Are you trying to do a long-term investment, 5 years, a year, or are you trying to do 6 months, 2 months, a week?
Okay, so let's start with that. I agree with this entirely. I love the answer to that, because so many people also say, how do I become successful in real estate? And I go, do you want to have a really, really good retirement, or do you want money today? Right? Because if
What's
you want
your game plan?
what's your game plan? Who are you? What are you trying to accomplish? And if somebody says, well, I want to turn my $500 into $5,000, I want to 10x my money as fast as possible, what would be the right place to put my money?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
like in real estate, if somebody goes, I want to make as fast of money as possible,
sure,
it's not going to be rentals.
right.
Rentals you get money every month for the rest of your life. That's good long term. But if I want money today, the best thing to do is to find a deal and then let somebody else buy that deal from me, so I don't ever have to buy it, or wholesale the deal, right? So I go find Grandma Smith that's having a hard time. She sells the house to me for 200 grand. I have a contract. I take that contract and I sell the contract to somebody else, and I never actually have to buy the property, but I upsell that contract 10 grand, 20 grand.
Okay.
So in wholesaling real estate, I can make 10, 20 grand in less than 2-3 weeks.
In 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, probably the average is like 30 to 45 days. Sometimes it's 5 grand though. Like, don't worry about the dollar amount. What I'm saying is, what I'm talking about is in real estate, that's the one method I would tell people to go if they want money now.
Sure.
But if they're like, I want to build a crazy retirement and I want to quit my job, okay, well then I would tell you, we got to start buying some rentals. So for you, if somebody comes to you and goes, Jay, I got $500. My dad gave me an allowance of $500. Where should I put my money right now, in your opinion, to 10x that money as fast as possible? Is it Shiba Inu, or is that boat sailed already?
It's sailed already. I would start looking for more low cap coins and start looking into projects. See, so the whole thing is like, you gotta get involved with what you're into, right? And you gotta have a fallback plan. So if you're getting into crypto, you got to have in the back of your head that, are you willing, no matter what crypto you're going to get into, you have to do your homework, because even obtaining a wallet itself is a lot of work.
What does that even mean?
Obtaining your wallet
is that like getting
wallet.
It's a digital bank account.
It's a digital bank account, and you have to manage it yourself, and you have to work it and manage the
so
blockchain
before I even buy a Bitcoin or partial Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of these
PayPal's
altcoins.
got a thing you can buy off PayPal to be really safe. PayPal, they got it up to where you could pay $1.
Okay,
you could do $1 a day. So that's where we're going to get into, really, is just dollar cost averaging. You got DCA in, no matter what you're going to want to put into. If you have 500, you have to say to yourself, if you just want to flip it, then focus on the meme coins, right? The coins that got the most hype, like Doge. Don't even get into Doge, because it's literally like the whim and the argument of people, right?
So is it like Elon Musk tweets about something and that meme coin just blows up? That's what you're talking about. That's the fastest way to get money.
Yeah. So literally yesterday, or within the past couple of days, he talked about his new dog and hinted that it was a Shiba Inu, right? It went up.
Is that why Shiba Inu blew up?
Yes. So because of that, then the guys at Doge, everybody, all the influencers on YouTube are trashing on Doge and like, oh, nobody's doing that and nobody's spending money. So in the middle of the night, I have my notifications. It went nuts last night for Doge. Doge was like a stable coin at 22 cents the whole time, right? And then it shot up all the way to for 2 or 3 months, it was at 22 to 23 cents. And now it shot all the way up in the middle of the night to like 36 cents, something like that.
Got it. So you're like talking about a 50% growth.
At the same time, Shiba Inu was going down and the whole market was on the red. So there's like little patterns that you start to develop and you start to see. I don't know if it's just me as an artist, but you just see these patterns. And every time the market goes red, you have to keep your eyes open and see who's going to show off. That coin is going to blow up, right? So that's
let me ask you a beginner question with all these coins.
Yeah, okay.
Do they even have any credibility? Like, I understand Bitcoin now is going to be, I can actually use my Bitcoin. Right. I can like literally go to a lot of merchants. I can pay with Bitcoin. People can pay me with Bitcoin. Like, it's already so far in advance. Ethereum is not far behind all that.
Right.
And in some ways, from what I understand, from what you've taught me, is Ethereum is actually in tech speak, actually does cooler stuff than Bitcoin, like with smart contracts and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I'm safe. I know I'm safe investing in Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's got the tech behind it. It's got the public opinion behind it.
Yeah.
But these other freaking, I don't even know. You just brought up another coin I've never heard of before. Like, what in the hell are we doing with these coins?
Yeah. Like right now, if I was you, what's just due to pump right now, not financial advice, is Cardano. Cardano's been stable.
That's at like $3 or something.
No, it's at $1.19 right now. It was at $2 for a while, but it finally dropped below, and everybody was talking so much crap about it.
So I kind of feel like this whole crypto game is more for people.
It's at $1.99 right now.
So you think it's going to pump?
It's going to blow up. Yeah, because it's the one coin that hasn't. The one out of all of them, out of everything, and everybody's trashing on them, saying they have done an amazing job of not making anybody money. But they're the ones that are that.
So Cardano was the third one I invested in after like doing all my research. Right. Cardano seems to be such a legit coin.
That's the thing. It is legit. And because it's so legit, the market and everything just kind of goes against it.
Because it's not a hype coin.
Correct.
So if I'm a young guy with $500 and I'm like, I want to make 10x my money, Cardano is definitely not the way to go.
Cardano's your safest bet no matter what.
Because it's kind of set and ready to pump.
Yeah, I'm always throwing money in Cardano, no matter what, no matter where it's at. I'm dollar cost averaging there, and that's.
So when you say dollar cost averaging, right? So let's fast forward into November. We're gonna do it. You and I are gonna do another live stream. Do we have anybody joining us today, Jesus? All right, guys, I want to get your opinions. Jesus is gonna throw some opinions up on the screen here.
Out there?
What are your guys' opinions, crypto or real estate? Because what's going to happen is my team is going to do a hell of a good job. And Jay and I are going to be hanging out. We're going to set up a really good set in here. Jay's going to paint some backdrops. One's going to be crypto. The other one's going to be housing. I want to know what you guys' vote is. Are you guys thinking crypto is a safer bet or is real estate a safer bet? Because it's crazy watching the government print all this freaking money. There's no way crypto doesn't dominate in the next couple of years. You know what I'm saying? And like every time I read the news, there's another company that's like, yep, we're going to let you accept payment in Bitcoin. Yep, we're going to let you accept payment in Bitcoin. And it's just becoming now a normal thing to a point where I don't see how Bitcoin's ever going to go away. Is there a possibility that Bitcoin never goes away?
No, there won't be. The only way is when all the computers turn off. But all over the world, right?
Is that a prediction of the apocalypse?
Nah, well, that's what would happen anyway, right? We lose power, we lose it all. But no, the whole thing with crypto at this point is the Bitcoin is kind of like the one for all, and you'll always throw money in there. But I mean, with the $500 question that you had, I would just kind of just sprinkle it throughout. What would be the best one? Solana's. Just really, I mean, because anything with
because Jay, here's what's going to happen is November 15th when you come back from LA. I know you got a big show coming up in LA. Yeah, I'm traveling to North Carolina, Birmingham, Orlando, Miami, Vegas, potentially going to LA as well. And I'm going to be back around the same time you're back. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do another show. And by that time, I've got a fix and flip that I know specifically I've got 40 grand coming to me from that fix and flip.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that 40 grand and I'm going to put 20 grand back into real estate and I'm going to put 20 grand into crypto. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, Jay, what do you think? I know this is not financial advice, but let's play the game. What do you think? And you're going to tell me, put 20 grand into these things all at once, or are you going to tell me dollar cost average that over 20, 30 days? What is the advice? What are we going to do?
It really, it's a game plan that you have to go with based on the market at the time, right? Because
so do I need to
you can get into Axie Infinity, right? That's an NFT game, but it's got its own stable coin. So right now, anytime I got Ethereum, because of the way things are, I have enough Ethereum staked.
It's so interesting to me that you're like, these people have their own coin. I'm like, how many more coins can we get?
Okay.
And
listen.
are all of these coins goal to be a Bitcoin?
See, the where you're at, I think
I'm probably where you were 3 years ago. And I'm like, okay, I know that there's validity in it. I don't understand why in the hell
you're trying to create a foundation for us to like have this idea with. So the best way to come up with it is kind of like the bank itself and the USD, right?
Okay.
So cash and everything's all capped, just like real estate, right? You can get a big beautiful house, but you're only going to make about 50 to 100K tops.
Okay.
With crypto, there's no cap. You could buy a $20,000 crypto punk, and within a month or two, Logan Paul will dance around with the crypto punk, and then boom, it's worth $2 million. And you'll be getting offers of $1 million, $2 million all day.
Is that a game that just about anybody can play though?
Right. Only with the right amount of knowledge, just like real estate.
Okay, got it. I like that. I love that answer, right? Like you can't just jump into real estate today and be like,
it's not like a social media where you're just going to do a post. Cause I'll get a lot of guys asking me about doing NFTs for them. And an NFT is literally a business. Okay. Nobody's going to buy your NFT unless you're backed and there's some kind of utility, unless there's some kind of growth that's going to come from it. Otherwise, you're buying just a JPEG for nothing.
Okay.
The principle of utility and everything is the same thing with tokens and coins, right? So everybody's trashing on Doge, everybody's trashing on Shiba Inu. But what you don't know, because the news isn't going to tell you, is that these guys are going to be the new social media. Soon, all social media will be on blockchain, protecting your assets, your pictures, your information, everything. Everything's going digital.
I mean, is this like, look what happened with Facebook? They're changing their name to Metaverse. Of course, Bill Ransom's going to say real estate. All my people are going to say real estate because they're my people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is so interesting to me because I see Bitcoin.
Well, it's because all their mind, their whole life is in real estate.
Right. I agree.
If you could just kind of dial that down, because you already know your stuff, you got pace right here. Just dial it back. And then just boop, when you're in the toilet, just turn on the YouTube on crypto, and then you're going to listen, because that's what you need to do is just
that where you get educated, is in the bathroom?
Yes, on the toilet daily. No, but see, for me, it's like, I don't have the time or the energy or the money to get a house, to put money into a house.
So this is a great point, because I truly think
something crazy right now.
I truly think that crypto's biggest advantage over real estate is the time that I can jump into Bitcoin
Texas.
right now. I can jump into Bitcoin right now in like 15 minutes. I can own Bitcoin.
Correct.
Right? Or less.
Yeah.
Real estate is not like that. Now there are real estate stocks, right? So there's companies called REITs, real estate investment trusts.
Okay.
And what they do is they go buy thousands and thousands and sometimes millions of homes. They bundle them all together and they treat all of those homes as like one stock. Okay. I'm simpling this down.
Sure.
So I can invest in that company, that REIT, and it's treated like a stock. So it goes up and down and all that kind of stuff. So I can invest in a really big.
That's a dark mantra, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Because when your mantra is to focus everything on the volatility of the market, then you always have madness in the streets. because how can you up sales? How can you up economy and production when the market's not volatile,
That's a great point.
right?
So with real estate, the only way I can invest in real estate is investing in somebody else's company. But if I want to own my own real estate, bro, that takes time, knowledge, and it takes resources, right? That you can't
Commitment.
commitment, and you can't just go do it tomorrow.
Exactly.
Right? I can wholesale tomorrow, but if I want to own if I want to own a house and I want that house cash flowing, that takes probably about 45 days and a lot of knowledge. Okay. So I think that crypto has this tremendous upside versus real estate in the speed that I can jump into it. Right. But the challenge I have, and you and I are going to have a lot of fun together in the upcoming months, is which way do I go?
You know, the beauty is I can just play with scenarios.
Okay.
Let's do what ifs, right? So what if right now Bitcoin's at 60,000, right?
Right.
What if right now some senator says something, Bitcoin, a mountain, some comet hit, and it's going to make everything bad, right? Bitcoin's terrible. It's going to drop down to 30,000, right? That, and everything's terrible. But that's your moment that you can come in and buy in at a low price and then build up and all that. And that can all happen within a second. And then that news can clarify and it'll jump right back to 65. And if you bought one right at the bottom,
you just made 35 grand.
30. Oh my goodness. But you're not see, and that's another thing is the beauty of crypto is that they're calculating those fractions and those decimals. You get that too.
Right.
The bank never gives you that kind of stuff. So when you're thinking you're going to get double, you get way more than that. You're like, how did I get that much?
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a minute, I sold at this point. How did I get that much money? And you're just like, okay.
So for a new investor, I put in $500. I'm going to go to probably an altcoin that has the ability to pump, something that is like a meme coin. People are joking around about, people are talking about, like a Shiba Inu.
Yeah, say your stuff.
Yeah.
Say I'm in your ear. You're telling me that stuff. Right now, it'd be like just sit on your 500. Put it in Tether or put it in USDC.
What's Tether? Tether's like an online wallet. I have a Tether account, but people
Tether
might
is
not know.
kind of the same thing. Like it's a stable coin, right? So throw it into stable coin because that's how you're going to get your Shiba Inu anyway. You're going to throw it into Tether, and then from Tether, you're going to put it in there.
See, that's so interesting to me. Yeah. When you 6 months ago told me to buy certain things, I was like, okay, great. And I go on Coinbase, and I can't even buy half of these things on Coinbase.
Now you can. Yeah.
You can?
Yeah. Coinbase is now like, assimilated now with the government, right?
Got it. Okay.
So now they're the place to go. So right now, what's the best thing to do is like for long term, right? Say you want to do something long term. Say it's like 6 months. So for right now, with the knowledge that we all have about ETH 2.0 and how that's working, you can lock it up right now for a 5% interest rate or 4.5% interest rate.
What does that mean? Like they'll sell it to me.
You can put it into a pool, so you can earn more crypto by leaving it inside Coinbase at a 5% interest rate.
What is Coinbase doing with the money? Are they
Coinbase is then lending that out at a percentage while you
and they're making the spread. Like they're charging 8% or 9% to somebody else on the money, but they're paying you 4 or 5%.
Correct. So that's how the pools work, right? But in AXS, so that's cool.
So what you're saying is I could spend $100,000 on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, or what's it called?
Solana. I mean, if you want to make
Cardano,
money,
and then I put that money into the pool, and you're telling me Coinbase will pay me 4 or 5%.
Yes. Yeah, but it's locked up until the ETH 2.0.
So if I decide I want to sell some of that, I can't do anything with it because I've put it in the pool.
Correct.
Man, there's a lot of layers to this, guys.
There's not only that, but listen, the game AXS for Axie right now is so the number one hidden gem.
I feel like you're speaking a foreign language to me right now.
So you have to read the title, read the subtitle at the bottom. But Axie Infinity is pumping right now. It's at 126.
What are you looking at? Are you looking at Coinbase?
I'm in my Trust wallet. Because I have to separate things. So all my gaming tokens and NFT tokens are going to be on my Trust wallet. And then all my long-term investments are in my Coinbase. And then all my like, I'm going to go buy stuff, I'm going to do stuff now is in my MetaMask. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, but
There's
now,
a lot.
but I'm secure.
Do you guys
with
feel like
that.
we need to sign up for Jay's crypto course or what?
Yeah, right.
Like I feel like I don't know enough.
Yeah.
I feel like Jay just went right over my head. What do you think, Jesus?
I agree.
Yeah, I just went off. Right?
Okay, question. Throw it up on the screen.
From Hamilton.
Mhm.
I would like to invest in crypto and work on my real estate business. On a $500 investment on crypto, what's the most profit someone can gain in 1 month?
Oh, bro. I mean, talk about the guy that just he put $8,000 into Shiba Inu,
Right, right.
and that thing blew up, and he's now worth $5 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? I mean, it's you can't tell. That's too hard of a.
Yeah, you would buy like stuff like Floki. See, so like
Floki. See,
yeah,
I'm telling you guys, these
Get
words are not. These
Floki.
guys are not
Listen.
even in the freaking
Listen,
dictionary.
guys.
And Jay knows a whole nother language I don't know.
Yeah, it's not about getting money now. Like that kind of ship has sailed. You're not gonna make if you do it now. You're gonna be left with the bags.
So the
right?
smart thing, if I'm jumping into crypto right now,
yeah,
is to not ride the wave. It's to basically invest long term.
Kind of dollar cost average in.
Okay, and why do I do that? Is because the price of the market is changing all the time.
It's
So if
always
I
changing.
throw all my money in on a Tuesday, the price of the thing could drop to on Wednesday, and I could have bought it lower on Wednesday.
because you're just putting $20 a day. If you put $20 a day, you're not going to be upset, right?
Right.
You're not going to worry about losing a fifth of a $20 or whatever.
So let's say I invest 20 grand a month, right? So if I go do a fix and flip again,
I would mix it up: NFTs, meme coins, stay.
Okay, so do you guys want to watch next month? Do you guys want to watch have Jay come back and he's going to spend my $20,000? You guys want to see Jay spend my $20,000?
Let's just have him buy a crypto punk. Let's just stop all this madness and.
But the crypto punk is my likeness.
No, you have to look for something that's like you. That's a part of your brand.
Okay.
Buy that sucker, but you can't. I tried to look it up for you last night. They're not for sale right now. Like they're
how much are they? Like $1 million?
If you look at the activity, it's 100 ETH per one. So
we're looking at
like 500K plus.
Holy moly!
Yeah. Because listen,
can I get a loan? Can I get a loan to buy one of these or what?
I would do it just because that's so limited. That alone is like a Bitcoin.
Okay, so what happens in 2 years when they like flood the market with crypto punks that all are one pixel off from mine?
They can't, just because of the beauty of the blockchain. That is what's going to happen. So for all you guys,
so the blockchain would prevent somebody, like for example, let's say that somebody makes an NFT out of like a photo or a JPEG of this phone, right? And I go, dude, this shit is so limited. It's so limited. And then the next guy goes, oh, is it? Let's just take the case off that thing. It's 99% the same. Now you have another NFT that's so similar. Is that possible?
See, again, it's like a business, right? You're going to buy a Ferrari. Ferrari is going to stay at its value, or it's going to do whatever it's going to do.
Right.
Right. You buy a Lambo, you drive it off, it's going to depreciate.
Right.
But you agree to that. You know that everything you're going to basically spend with your cash, USD, is going to depreciate.
Right.
No matter what. You got $1, you actually just got about 45 cents. Taxes.
Yeah, 100%. You're right.
But with crypto, that goes up and down. You got to pay gas fees. But
so can I do something in the news to pump up my crypto punk? Like,
that's what's happening. So there's guys.
So they'll buy an NFT and then they'll start talking about it, and that shit blows up.
Dude, there's guys that are hitting me up right now telling me to talk about Shiba Inu, but like to make some artwork and to throw it up on a building, and they'll pay me 500 grand to do it because that's going to spike it for a second. I got my buddies talking about stuff like that. But yeah, it's like, these are just things. You get DMs like that. You don't know if they're real.
How does somebody get an NFT made?
Crazy like that. NFTs are basically like a JPEG. But listen,
okay. So for example,
we're going to go into a whole different subject, but let me finish one thing for real estate. Let me bring some value for your guys, right?
Okay.
I would focus on things that you guys know about, right? So you guys are all about real estate. You're all about that mantra, right? So stick with that stuff. You guys want to stick with buying houses in NFT. So buying NFT houses, buying NFT land.
Does anybody even know what the hell Jay is talking about right now? What he's saying is you're saying buy digital houses?
Buy digital land, buying digital houses.
And where do I buy this?
So you can look these up on
Zillow?
No. See, that's why you guys,
I mean, bro,
yeah, see, you can't.
I know the answer. You've showed me before, and I have been so interested.
Yeah.
Where are the 2 places or 3 places I can go and buy part of a digital world?
Actually, a Decentraland. Remember, I told when we were talking, Decentraland was crazy expensive. Right now, it's super cheap. So I'd buy plots and plots, just because that in itself is almost like another cryptocurrency, right? So when you're buying the right kind of NFTs, that in itself is a currency, right? So I got stuff that's in projects that the land is all you're going to buy is just a little tiny square. But next year they're going to release the metaverse. That's why Facebook knows what's going down. Okay. This Ready Player One thing is really happening. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
So if I tell you,
I want to wear one of those suits that you can feel all the things.
Don't you want to buy a piece of that land, that metaverse? Don't you see? Growing up in Arizona, I know how things are kind of go. It's like the businesses will come, and then one big business will come and buy it all up, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen if you have a whole bunch of land you bought for $700 a pop, and now you got guys offering you $150K, $350K, $1 million? Why? Because you'll be able to rent that land to Coca-Cola. You'll be able to rent that here and there, right? The virtual reality worlds, if you got enough land, so say you got the same land in OVR, in virtual world, and Meta Earth, all these different things, but you got the same land. Soon, a giant company is going to come and they're going to buy them all, NFT all of them into one, and that's how the metaverse will be like Ready Player One, where you'll just put your glasses on and everything's everywhere. You're going to be playing games. Imagine on the freeway, road rage, you'll make money off of driving correctly on the freeway. Just by looking at this post and sharing this, you're going to be making money and earning. That's what the future is coming with.
Holy crap, bro.
Yeah. So I just try to bring some value to you.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I have to learn a whole nother language.
Yeah, it's not about selling it and making the money. Honestly, it's just like buy it and hold it.
So is this, do you look at this as like, I kind of feel like it's 2 things. It's one, it's like a bunch of adults playing a real life video game. And 2, it's like all you're doing is collecting collectible items.
I love how you put that narrative, because we've always been playing the same game since.
That is true.
Since Ford created its company, right?
Right.
And created the mantra of
9 to 5,
of the factory.
Yeah.
The business, all that's kind of dying down, right? Okay, so let's call that board game Monopoly, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? We got Super Mario now.
Right.
And you remember when we were kids?
Yeah.
Remember what happened when Super Mario just kept kept evolving and changing. Meanwhile, the Monopoly game stayed the same. So that narrative is happening in the real world. So when you put it like that,
that's a good analogy right there. That's a good analogy. The old way of doing things has been basically like a Monopoly board.
Yeah, you're going to still play Monopoly.
It's a good game. Right? It's a good game. And they've evolved it. Or they haven't evolved the game. What they've done is they've added new skins to it to try and keep people interested in playing Monopoly. But at the end of the day, the game is the game. Over here, Mario actually is a completely different game every time they put a new one out. It's like, build a world, do this. Okay, this one is Mario only. This one's Mario Party. This one's like Super Bash Brothers. Is it Smash Brothers? What's it?
Super Smash Brothers.
Obviously, I don't know that game.
And then they'll have a Monopoly Super Smash Brothers version too.
That is true.
Then that narrative is the metaverse.
Okay, right? So here's what I'm gonna here's my last question. Is anybody having fun with this? This is a great conversation. Okay, what up, Rudy? Oh, they do seller finance crypto.
I know.
They do seller finance crypto. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
check out Compound. For
yeah.
that.
Compound.com or what?
No, Compound .io. Compound is one of those things that the bank just hates. Why? Because you're going to make money and you can lend out your crypto and earn an interest back on your crypto, and you can get loans based on your crypto and pay it with your staking.
So I have a buddy that had like 50 Bitcoin and he was getting a loan on his home, and the bank used his Bitcoin as collateral.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, like this is legit. Some freaking digital numbers are your collateral on an actual physical home. That's
Let me hit
amazing.
you with something crazy. Imagine if you can buy Bitcoin, you can buy Ethereum, and you can buy a gaming coin, right? And you can do your Doge, right?
Right.
So what's going to happen is, yeah, I forgot what I was talking about.
So you're saying you could buy Bitcoin, you could buy Ethereum, you could buy
oh yeah, they're all self-sustaining. So so you buy Bitcoin, right? And then you stake it, right? Your money that you get back on that, then when you get your money back, then you get a loan on that on crypto. Boom. Now then you stake that, then all that money you got coming back on staking pays for your loan.
Wow.
So now you got a self-sustaining ecosystem. Like you got your own little economy, self-sustaining.
Obviously, we have some conversations to have in the future, don't we?
Yeah.
Here's what I think. Okay, you're gonna go to LA. You've got a show coming up. Tell me about that show.
I'm gonna do an NFT show, and I'm just gonna be doing it real low key, no hype building. Gonna do all private shows. I got
you're in like a warehouse building in LA, and you're gonna be painting walls and murals.
It's a legit tower, like a legit 4-story tower built in 1905. So it's all painted up like a gallery, and we're gonna do a really cool Squid Games type art show.
Wow, that's gonna be cool. Yeah. So. How can people go to that or no?
It'll be on the 19th. It'll be open to the public. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they just need to follow you on Instagram right now.
Yeah, follow me
so they can get more info.
Yeah.
Okay. So when we come back, both you and I are going to come back. I'm going to have 2 chunks of money.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to have one chunk of money is 20 grand. I'm going to have a really hard time putting that into real estate as fast as I can give $20,000 into crypto. But on the show, what I want to do is say, all right, Jay, I got 20 grand. What should I do? And you'll go, buy this NFT. Let's do this. Let's buy some land. Let's get you a couple of ETH. Let's get you a portion of Bitcoin, and let's get started. And what we'll do is we'll show people how to get a wallet. We'll show people how to buy their first Bitcoin. We'll show people how to like actually get involved.
Wow.
And what we'll do is we'll actually take that other 20 grand, and through the rest of the month, I will show people how I'm going to invest that 20 grand into real estate. And then what we'll do is every month we'll start comparing to both of those, like real estate. Okay, my real estate made me last month $2,000 in cash flow. And we'll say, well, your Bitcoin just made you $20,000 in 1 month in growth, whatever it is. We're just going to have some great conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's just, it's not financial advice, and really just don't do what we're going to be doing just because Pace can.
It's just an entertainment thing, guys.
Yeah,
just entertainment.
Totally entertainment. Nothing, no advice.
I could lose all my money. Just FYI.
Yeah, exactly. So because the bear market's right there too. So this is not really a good time to be entering the market.
Oh.
Yeah, because the market's about to just dump. So you don't really want to jump in right now. If you don't know anything, if you're just questioning stuff, just do your homework. Just sit there and just watch how, within the next couple months, how it's going to spike again after taxes. And then probably by March, you're going to see everything just drop. So that's when I'm going to try to get a CryptoPunk, and then I'm going to try to get because I can get a Bored Yacht Ape Mutant right now. And I would recommend buying that. The floor is like 3 ETH.
Guys, I'm telling you, the world is changing, right? And it has been for the last couple of years. It just hasn't hit like everybody's doorstep yet.
It shouldn't, like, this type of knowledge isn't something to where, because if you do have it to where, hey, yeah, I heard about this and this and that, then you got to get out. So
that's a great point.
Yeah.
So guys,
everybody talking about Shiba Inu. Don't go.
Do you have any questions for us, Jesus, before we wrap it up? Any funny comments? I love it. So this is Jay Valentine. He's a good friend of mine. He's also my artist. My Outcast painting that is behind my all my live streams on Wholesale Hotline, Sunday Service. That Outcast painting was done. I commissioned him, my brother Jay Valentine, for that. It is one of the most beautiful paintings when you're in person. So one of my students that's literally watched me on 1,000 Zooms came and stayed at my house last week. And he walks into my live stream studio and he goes, I had no idea how beautiful this painting is and how layered it is and like how nuanced and unbelievable. He was just like, I have another respect for Jay. I go, nobody does it the way Jay does it. Nobody does it the way Jay does it. So I met Jay. Actually, the way I met you is you had done paintings for other real estate investors here in town.
Yes.
Right. I don't know how it is, but you got into like the real estate world where like,
oh, I actually got hooked up by Matt Altman and Josh Altman from the $1 Million Listings.
that was your original connection into
That's
the real
my
estate world, like
connection,
years ago.
Mhm.
Okay. So then
I
you,
did a baller move. I just got very upset with myself and my just everything, and I'm just like, flip it. And I hit up Matt Altman.
when is this? In
on,
like 5-6 years ago?
on Instagram. Yeah, just in 2014, hit him up on there, showed him my artwork, and he's like, yeah, I love it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come by. And I just said, I'm gonna come by, and I pretended like I'm right up the street. And he said, yeah, come by tomorrow. Boom. And I just drove out that night.
Out to LA.
Out to LA.
From Arizona.
Yes. With one painting.
That's dead a freaking cation, dog.
Yeah.
With one painting.
One painting. One
So
Superman painting.
To sum it up, we'll give way more backstory to everything with you next time we meet.
Cool.
But what happened is you get into the real estate game. In the background, here's what happens. I go into other real estate investors' offices and I know they got a Jay Valentine because it's like the number one thing they have on their wall. It's like in our world, that's like our NFT.
For sure.
It's like you got a Jay Valentine.
Yeah.
And they can see the little JV on the little lower right-hand corner. So I reach out to you 4 or 5 years ago and I commissioned my Kanye painting, which is the number one. I don't care what anybody says. It's the number one painting ever done by any artist. It's phenomenal.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Bro, it's in my dining room.
Yeah.
It's where the number one, like when people walk through my house, they can't stop but see that painting. So we become friends. I then a couple years ago I commissioned you for Outcast. Then you did a big mural for me. And then Jay is on every single episode of Triple Digit Flip on A&E. And you'll be on every single season. I hope you'll keep coming and hanging out with us.
Sure.
He's on every single episode of Triple Digit Flip on A&E, the number one A&E television show right now on A&E, which is great.
Well, that's good. Yeah, it's genuine content.
So he's an artist. He's a crypto enthusiast. He's just an all-around amazing guy. He's a family guy as well. And what we'll do is, guys, we'll have him back here in a month, and we're going to spend some money on some crypto. We're going to spend some money on some real estate. Thanks for coming, bro.
Hey, for sure.
Appreciate you.